spring is about light and bright and fresh and green and brisk and crisp, and so we try and bring all that into the cup. Second flush is a summer tea. Summer being synonymous with warmth and color, you know, the smell of the first few drops of rain on parched soil. So that is what we bring into the cup. It's colory, it has a lot more color, it has more body, but it's astringent, it's brisk, and it's earthy. It has that earthiness to it. The monsoon, like I said, when things get too comfortable for the plant, it wants to get strong, but we still want our self-drinking cup. That's the tea that we will, well, suppress. You know, you just rein it in.
Suppress.
As in, it's about the solubles. It's about what dissolves in your water. That's what's giving you your cup. So we will try and restrict as many solubles, the stronger solubles, like the tannins and things like that, from entering your cup. So
by processing.
By processing. And then again, the autumn is about autumn, again, color, body, but we mellow our autumn down. It's got a long finish. It has a lovely a bouquet to it.
And the flowering is when? Now?
This is stress. Yes, September. It's the time when the tea plant will start flowering. But you'll notice that the weaker plants are the ones that flower first.
Because
they're all going into reproductive
What
mode.
is stressing it though? It's in a perfect spot, right?
It might be in a perfect spot, but it's also the plant or the bush architecture and everything that we need to consider, because this bush is weak. It's weak, you know. It has a problem with its root system or something like that. So you'll notice that it's stressing. The wood is very thin.
Somebody peed on it.
That might not stress out the plant. It might just do the plant some good. You know, nitrogen's good.
So, and explain the cover, because of course you have the trees on purpose, right?
Yes. Now, tea is going through a change. Field practices, agricultural practices. Organic's a big word now. Okay, we aren't organic. Okay? There's a reason for that. The problem with tea is that we are monoculture. Okay, it's one plant, one crop, perennial, for 150 years on one patch of land, leaching, growing one set of nutrients.
It attracts.
Yeah. And
first of all,
one set of bugs. It's draining the soil of one set of nutrients.
Yes.
Okay. Also, the way we harvest our raw material is you have a group of pluckers coming in, and it's the monsoon now, so there's a lot of the soil is very moist. When you stomp on it, there's a lot of compaction. So you have a crust or a pan. We call it a pan that forms. That hinders permeability, aeration of soil, and things like that. Now, we want to bring in as much diversity as possible. You know, we've messed with nature. We want to correct it as much as possible. So we bring in indigenous species. Okay, these are all indigenous. We call them shade trees. You want to, again, there's a little bit of science that the method to the madness. You want to select a species that has small leaf. Okay, if you have a larger leaf, it'll sit, like teak for example, it'll sit on the table. That's not what we want. We want something to filter through.
It falls to the ground.
The other thing is, you want a tree that has a root system that does not compete with the tea.
It goes down as opposed to spreading.
And it goes deep. And in the dry season, it's also transpiring. It's also drawing moisture. So it will draw the water table up higher. Mm-hmm. Okay. The fact that it's transpiring means it's releasing moisture. So it's creating a certain amount of humidity, like a microclimate in the field, which is good for the plants. So things like that.
But they need the shade or no?
Yes, you need shade, because surface temperature or leaf temperature goes up a hell of a lot. It could go up to 50 to 60 degrees Celsius on a hot day.
Wow.
You know, you'll see the leaf, it just wilts. And then in the evening when it cools down, it's up again. So we don't want that. The coldest we've ever been is 4 degrees Celsius. That's a record. But normal coolest temperatures would be 11 at night.
So how far do we have to go from here to start getting